So everybody here knows about Tryhards and multiplayer games, right? Like, you've got the good players, but then you've got those weirdos, dog. You've most likely gotten to a lobby with a person who isn't quite satisfied with the destruction they've caused, and the skills they displayed. They gotta be weird about it. And I'm not talking about trash talking, I'm actually okay with that. I'm talking about shit like, I'm the most feared player. Yeah, maybe that's something you don't bring up during family dinner. Have you ever had somebody annihilate you, then send you the kissing emoji? I don't know, man. I'm not gay. Okay, fine. Just this once. In this video, I'm specifically talking about Garden Warfare tryhards, mainly because I have more experience with them compared to others. I'm a huge PvZ fan, and I've played these games a lot. I've seen plenty of these guys, so you'd think that with all my experience, I'd understand everything about them. Sorta. These guys still confuse the shit out of me. Let's run down a list of weird things they do. This first one is just stupid to me. They all seem to hate Chomper way too much. I really don't get it, dude. The moment they see you play as Chomper, they start groaning and complaining. They feel the need to make you look like the worst person imaginable. Tryhards have this elitist view of the game where they think that Chomper could never take skill. This might be a hot take, but if you're not suicide chomping, Chomper does take skill, like sneaking around the zombies to eat them and survive, or maneuvering around zombie attacks so you could kill them. Or, how about being able to manage a 2v1 as a Chomper? Suicide chomping is easy, but it doesn't get you the best results. Bonus points if you catch a flying super brains with your spike weed. Then they'll say shit like, oh my god, are you a Chomper main, bro? No. And so what if I said yes? Tryhards will see you play as Toxic Chomper and target you as either Super Commando or a Z7 Imp. Tryhards will see you play Chomp Thing with Chomp Cannon and harass you with the drift out max level Rhodey Z. Let me tell you a little story. I was on the Xbox group posts, right? First mistake of the day. I swear, dude, most of the group posts are either filled with diapers or people who speak non-English. Like, I wanna join, but I'm not gonna understand what you're saying. So I find this one group post, and it was Turf Takeover. No 12-year-olds and no roleplay. Those were legitimately the tags. I understand the first two, but I don't see the point in no roleplay. Like, dog, I'm pretty sure most people don't like roleplaying in this game. He lets me in, and I join his game. The first thing he says to me is, do you, or do you not, hate roleplayers in this game? What? And you know, I give him my honest answer. I don't hate them, but I don't see the point. I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen anyone roleplay outside of the backyard. And even then, I've only seen roleplay once in my entire life. So then, we load up a game of Turf, and this is when something weird happens. We're on the first point of Zombopolis, and we're on zombies, defending. You know that teleporter on the plants' left? That's where both of us were. I see him die, so I try to revive him. He respawns and says, don't revive me unless you're a sunflower or scientist. Why? No plants were around, so they weren't going to spawn kill you. I get it if I were reviving you in the spawn area, because at that point, yeah, just respawn. But this is in the middle of the map. Him respawning just took him longer to come back. Like, you're not losing anything when a non-healer revives you. And sometimes people really go out of their way to do it, only for you to respawn and leave them in the middle of nowhere. I understand respawning if the guy is just eating shit and he's gonna die before he finishes reviving you. But if he's reviving you behind cover, no excuse, dog. He's gonna be left there alone, and it's only a matter of time until a bunch of zombies group up on him and then kill his ass. I'm not saying you have to camp with him for the entire game, but at least help him help you. Sometimes you gotta stop mashing that right side button and just let the damn fire cactus revive you. Now, that all sounds pretty annoying, but ultimately, it hasn't gotten that bad yet. But some tryhards go the extra step. For some of these people, it's not enough to just beat you. Sometimes they straight up cheat. Now, I don't know if this 100% counts as cheating, but it's still annoying. You gotta be careful around people who play a LAW-P a lot, because the chances of them using a modded controller to eviscerate you is not uncommon. I'll call these guys the MC LAW-Ps. You can never tell if they actually have an insane trigger finger, or if they're the guy bringing a motorcycle to a tricycle race. I make that comparison because, even though it's not truly fair, since one guy's working for that speed while the other guy has that speed immediately given to him, it's still possible for the guy without the crutches to win. The chances of a General Supremo beating an MC LAW-P, while not very high, isn't as low as many people would think. Out of all the annoying exploits in the game, modded controllers are some of the least offensive. I still do not stand by it though. Let's compare this to Smash Bros. As far as I'm aware, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's no objective advantage to using a GameCube controller over the two Joy-Cons. Some people play better with GameCube controllers because that is the one they are most comfortable with. And the same goes for the two Joy-Cons. It's possible for a professional player using Joy-Cons to beat a professional player using GameCube, and vice versa. Fighting an MC LAW-P is just like that. It's more than possible to beat them. The difference is that using a modded controller for LAW-P is just objectively better than a non-modded controller. Yeah, you still have to aim, and yes, you can beat them with a normal controller, but I really don't like the idea of winning a race because I started running before the referee said go. Overall, I really don't think of an MC LAW-P as something you should want to be. If you win, it's with the help of a crutch, and if you lose, then you lost a stick fight with a sword. Same thing goes for shit like aimbot or Zim. In fact, let's talk about Zim. Zim, for those who don't know, is a plugin that allows you to use a mouse on console, and it gets a lot of shit for that. With a mouse, you can be much more accurate than with the right joystick. So this begs the question, why not just play on PC? Well, a player who is known for coming in and wrecking lobbies, you may have heard of him, may have not, likely have not, because he's only well known in certain circles. This guy decided to leak the ban tools on PC because PC players think they're better than everyone else. Honestly, here's the truth. People only say PC is better not because they think they're better, but because they think their system is better. They don't think they're better as people. And the ones that do think they're better as people are the ones who use Reddit every day and would probably ignore their real-life friends to hang out with their Discord friends. So if anything, you didn't have to do anything to those PC players. You already won the battle by not being like them. Plus, it was rough for a lot of PC guys, since a lot of servers were filled with hackers. So you had to pick your poison. Play on console, and get ripped to shreds by a clan filled with people who are known to straight up win 1v3s all the time, or play on PC and get ripped to shreds by a pizza delivery chomper. But now, anytime you tell a Zim player to just go on PC, they'll actually have a good comeback, because their only choice now is console. And even if they could go on PC, they wouldn't, because they have an advantage over the console players using controllers. And I say that this is similar to MC LAW-Ps because, again, it's very possible for a controller player to beat the Zim player. But it's just an objective advantage in every way. Basically, they want you to move to console where they and their bodyguards can gang up on you and beat you up. Then, they'll throw you in a dungeon where you and your two cellmates are forced to eat only broccoli and no candy. Not even Reese's Pieces, not even Lifesavers gummies, not even Swedish Fish. But hey, it can't get worse than this.
Oh my god, guys. I just love animation memes and getting simulators. Haha, bro. He's doing the T-pose. And when I do this pose while making a stupid face.
Get me the fuck out of here!
Alright, now let's talk about aimbot, which is different from aim assist. If we're talking about the aim assist setting in the base game, then it's really not that bad. It's more tame than MC Lawpies. On one hand, it could be seen as a crutch, but on the other hand, it's a very small change, and could even be a bad thing in certain scenarios. So aim assist isn't such a big deal. I would prefer no aim assist, but I understand why PopCap put it in the game. PvZ is a general audience franchise. Its player base has a huge variety in not only age, but also play styles. The bigger the audience, the more casuals you'll have in said audience. And casuals make up a big majority of the audience, so PopCap wanted to maintain that. So, aim assist isn't that bad, and it's a lot different from aimbot. The names explain themselves. Aim assist only helps you with aiming by lightly nudging your crosshair towards the target, whereas aimbot is way more precise and is only intended to be used by bots. So then, they can out of nowhere just know where you are, do a full 360, and headshot you to death. Something else I don't get, and this isn't just a tryhard problem, is the immense hate for Electro P. I always see the average player's absolute disapproval of this character. People hate Electro P because he's annoying. But that's all he really is. There are videos online of people getting a shit ton of kills as Electro P, but it's not like he's immediately leagues ahead of the other P shooters. Electro P has proven his potential to be the best of the best, but he's not trivializing Commando P, dog. But seriously though, a random guy could just decide to play Electro P and get bombarded by the community. And, you know, it's okay to shit on people. I'm not saying you're not allowed to judge them for everything, but, dog, it's gotten to a point where people are making a big deal out of super small things. And another thing is, a lot of casual players don't even know about Electro P's infamy, or at least new players don't. They likely play as him either because he looks cool, has fun gameplay, or both. I definitely understand teabagging an annoying player after killing them, but if you kill a good-natured 7-year-old Christian playing as Electro P, I don't want you anywhere near that D-pad. And this whole making a big deal out of nothing thing perfectly segues into my next topic. That being, people are really taking this game too seriously. Now you have every right to take it seriously if you're in a competitive setting, like a serious 1v1 or a tournament. That's fine. You have every right to try hard, because you really are trying to win this time. Like in a casual match, you're just goofing around. If you win, you win, you lose, you lose. But this time, you're really trying. I mean, there's no consequence if you lose, but this is a competitive scene, and people take it seriously. So, okay. You have a scene where people can take the game seriously, and a scene, the casual scene, where people don't take it seriously. What I don't understand, though, is when people try to load up just some random game of turf or whatever, and treat all those turf matches like it's EVO. Like, you ever load up a game, and you get Walnut Hills, and there's just that one Agent P. They probably have a Zim attachment, or maybe they don't. What they always do have, though, is a legion of sunflowers constantly healing them. And they're just jumping around the zombie spawn, just massacring any poor zombie that decides to rise from the ground. And, like, you can't kill the Agent P, because they've got the legion of sunflowers healing him. It's like the tubes injecting super serum into his skin. And so you'd think, okay, how about I try killing the sunflowers? Well, the sunflowers are gonna notice, heal each other, shoot you, and it's also likely that the Agent P is gonna kill you. So the zombies are just sat there getting spawn killed if they dare think about setting 3 feet out of the spawn area. And the other plants are just sitting at the back trying to defend the garden. except they don't have to try to defend the garden because they're not doing anything. Why are they not doing anything? Because there's no zombies coming in to try and attack, because they're all dying the moment they spawn in. So the other plants who aren't healing the Agent P are just sitting there bored the whole time, and if they try to go up to the spawn to try and kill some zombies, well, you're lucky if you'll get 2 or 3 kills by the end of the game. So basically what you have here is a lobby full of players who logged on just to have some casual, normal fun, right? But there's also this group of people who have decided to arrange a massacre session. And so now, they're trying to get a world record kill count. Which, on paper, is fine. You know, you want to do good at the game, good enough to get a world record. That's okay. But man, I just don't think you have to arrange a gang of people to spawn kill the other team. Like, give them a little breathing room, man. Come on now. This is unnecessary. So, you could argue, well, the zombies should just be in a party together and do what the Agent P is doing. But, like, not everyone is in the party, and not everyone wants to be in the party, because they just wanted to play the game normally. They never signed up for a bullshit raid boss, but too bad, this is the game now. Unless you leave. In that case, you'll never have to worry about this again. But then everyone leaves. And then the group leaves. Then they join a new lobby. And the cycle repeats. I think that's enough for this video. I do have more topics to talk about, but that would probably be a different video. So what did we learn? Nothing wrong with beating my ass, but man, there are just some unnecessary things that people do. You know, speed ghosting, not one of them. Picking a top tier character, not one of them. But man, targeting or arranging targeting sessions with your gangs, or like teabagging somebody while you go as a top tier character, and you go as the top tier character specifically to beat their ass while they're playing some rinky-dink ass character that nobody knows about anymore. It's just like, okay, you could beat my ass, but, you know, you don't need a paddle to do it. So basically, thanks for watching, everyone. And if the Agent Ps are watching this, stop kicking my balls so hard. They're starting to hurt. In fact, the left one fell off. Goodbye.